You know, I just watched David Blaine on The View, and he's got a show, and he does all the crazy tricks. And he kissed the head of a cobra, a king cobra, a very big snake. He put his hands behind his back and bend over and kiss the head of the cobra. All right, that's fine. It's very irresponsible. I don't care about the claps or the money you make. The problem is, some kid will see that, and it's a Disney show. It was backed by Disney. So I don't know, I guess you consider it a Disney show. But if a kid sees that and ever gets an opportunity to do the same thing, they'll do it. They'll do it. And what they don't tell you with most of those cobra scenes, and most of those shamans, or whatever you want to call them, that work with the cobras, the fangs are removed. They can't bite you. They can't bite you if they want to. They have no fangs. Now, they don't tell you that, and Blaine didn't tell you that either. But you can be sure he didn't have any fangs. And either way, it's just, you're setting up a kid that doesn't know any difference. I don't know. The problem is when the kid does it, they'll say, oh, what a stupid kid. I say, what a stupid David Blaine. And, the problem. The people are doing so many crazy things to stand out and be different. Like Tom Cruise hanging on the outside of a plane. He's got a wire. He's not on the outside of the plane with no wire holding him to the plane. You can't see the wire. They edit it out. But how many kids are going to think they can hang out on the outside of a plane? I mean, it started with the movies, riding on the tops of trains. And now every day in the news, they show you a bunch of kids sitting on the top of a subway train on an L line. Sometimes it's not an L line. And, the roofs of those trains are not meant for people to be on them. They got like inches of passage to get under. And if you're on it, you ain't inches. So you're dead. And it's very irresponsible. And we all seen the videos of the kids on the subway, on the roofs of the subway. And it stems from a movie that did that, and that looks cool, teenagers, they get with their friends, they do stupid shit, It's girls and boys, it's not just boys, mostly boys. It's like they gotta prove something. It's hard enough to stay in a position on the subway, inside the subway, because it makes a turn, it rocks you, it knocks you. If you didn't have all those things within the subway to grab a hold of, you'd be banging your head on, laying on the floor all over the place. I can't imagine what it's like to be on the roof. And the roof has only a narrow, flat spot. The rest is curved, and you're sliding right off, and if you're on an L line, I don't know where you already are, but you got a ways to go to get to the street below. And there's traffic below that you're going to land in the middle of, so, you got that too. So please, and I don't know if you actually would fall to the street. You'd probably fall to the tracks. I don't know. I'm not going to find out. I can promise you that. But please, stop this stupidity.